welcome back to a playthrough of Exile 2 Crystal Souls. Last time we cleared out the Tygo Cave to the south here, and we will, we basically found the Major Cleansing Spell, which is pretty cool. Obviously we can't cast that yet, but it's still cool to find. And yeah, we just tried to make our way out. There was a group of enemies waiting for us, that was fine. Then we take another step, and there's another group, and it's like, okay, it's a bit much. And another group. And I have a suspicion that as we try to explore the rest of the outskirts, there might be another group waiting for us. I really hope that's not the case, because I don't know, it gets tiresome fighting the same group over and over again. But anyway, I guess I walked into this. You see farther down the passage some sort of melee going on. One group of humanoids is blasting another group with spells. Try to decide whether to get involved, but the decision is made for you. The group that is getting blasted flees, heading straight towards you. You see their Exile soldiers being chased by several humanoids with the heads of tigers. Before you can get out of the way, a battle is swirling around you. I guess this at least has some story elements to it, so it's kind of interesting. You help patch up the few surviving soldiers and ask them what happened. They tell you that they were patrolling to the west and stumbled upon a colony of the cat-headed beasts. The creatures substituted easily. The beasts decided to eat half the soldiers and hunt the rest for sport. Then, tired and terrified, the soldiers head for home. Okay. I think we need to... and we didn't get any... Yeah, I think it did go down to regular poison. We might survive. We can't UAS some poison. Yeah. Really not great. Okay, we did get...
On who?
What is the play? We can't really... I mean, if we try to guess, it's not gonna work. Okay, it actually works. Take it back. Are there any enemies out here? That's friendly, I believe. So I think we can just make a way and try to fill in the map. So, okay, we haven't filled this in, but we can do that. Yeah, kind of an awkward situation with all of the enemies. Yeah, actually, this is probably a safe place. We should be able to rest here. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty safe. Ask. Yeah, we're just still trying to just fill in the map. That's kind of cool. You make your way along the steep slope, which leads up a plateau to the south. The air was really humid around here, and there was a rich, overwhelming sulfur smell. Probably alchemy ingredient, I think. Unusual. In the middle of this hellish, sulfur-covered landscape, you have found a small, rather cozy-looking hut with a garden of mushrooms. After a pause, the door was opened by a woman in black robes. Not very old, but a long hair is snowy white. Smile says, "Welcome. Would you like to?" Seems friendly, but it could be a trick. And I guess we'll see what happens. He lets you in. Welcome, travelers. I told of you. Bone of the castle told leads. I am Silverlock. I live up here so I can watch the plains below and walk in peace. Makes you fungus tea and you talk. You tell her of your travels and of the Venetai, and she tells you how she makes wonderful potions, using variety and power. When your tea is finished, you get up to leave. Silverlock says, "Before you go, would you like to purchase some?" Oh, these are kind of interesting. Skill in combat. Iron skin ability. Of the battle. Interesting, okay. Sorry, I had to step away for a second, but yeah, those are pretty interesting spells. I don't know exactly what they do, but later in the game, when we have an excess of gold, we might come back here and get some of them. There is a fumarole at the top of this plateau, a weak geyser spouting sulfur steam. Everything is caked with yellow sulfur deposits. A welcoming sight. Hmm. If there's anything on the other side of this river, or I don't know what you call this. Perhaps. I guess you can't do that in the old map. Okay, so hold that. Let's go fill out the middle section here. That's just where the roads meet. Okay. That's filled out now. We can head south. Yeah, this might be enemy territory though. Be on the lookout. There's something there. These are the plains of death. A large section of this barren wasteland forever declared a resting place for those who have died to defend exile. Look around and immediately notice this place has grown a lot since the last time you were here. Kind of ominous, sad at the same time. In the middle of a large expanse of what is called the Great Waste, the southwest corner of the Great Cave, notable for its utter uselessness, is a huge sheet of flat, solid rock, totally bereft of useful plants or interesting features. I guess if you want to build something, it'd be nice location, right? It's very flat, but yeah, I guess not a lot of things. Patrick's Tower South. Okay, interesting. Let's fill out this part for us and then come back. Guess we go this way first. Oh, this is cool. Like a little system of bridges down here. I think I remember this from the first game, actually. Ah, we need the orb of flight. Or we need... Actually, can we get down there with a boat? No. Yeah, we need the orb of flight, or we need the spell for flight. Which I feel like the orb would be way better because it doesn't cost 20 mana points. Oh yeah, somebody mentioned that we need to I have to look back at the episode, but we know where to get the overflight from. We do know where to go, I think, for that. This is Patrick's Tower. A platoon of exile soldiers and mages approach you and question you briefly. Once they're satisfied you're not Imperial agents, they tell you they'll go on the way to Patrick's Tower, which is to the south. Then they pat you. Okay, so I guess they only go on that side of it, because you can just walk in this way. It's good to know that they're taking care of the guy, though. Okay, yeah, they even have people on the outside, too. Meet a guard as large as the other guards you met in Exile, but nowhere near a scar in Weatherwater. Hopkins. Hoping the war doesn't go so badly we have to fight you all. That would be pretty bad. All the way to Patrick's Tower. That'd be great. Guess we should check this. I doubt there is anything, but kind of cool. There's like a pop. Okay. I think it would be kind of funny if we went in from the north inches though, because you would not expect that. So let's do that, just for the amusement. Because you're essentially coming from the back of the tower. Does it make a lot of sense? Oh, wow, this place is heavily guarded. This is quite something. So yeah, this is a cool place. There's actually a cat. The cat has boldly walked up to you and is staring at you curiously. Oh, call me Felix. It talks. How cute. I'm Jade's familiar. My mistress. A mighty wizard, but should have to be to have me. He's in the laboratory now. Gotta go somewhere. Real secret and stuff. It stretches, mouths, and continues. He doesn't let me in though. Jealous of my intelligence, I guess. Right. Secret. Hmm. Interesting. Okay, that's useful to know. Yeah, it seems like this is just sectioned off into quadrants. So I guess it would just start up here. This is actually Patrick's office. Patrick's desk. And obviously you sort through it. There's a paper pins, empty photos, and all the other things you'd expect. Nothing interesting though. Okay. I think his wife should be healed. So, yeah, she shouldn't be sick. Yeah. Find a paper on magical items by someone named Rita of the Cascany plan. Some way potion of bliss. Okay, this is really useful. Heals and blesses together. Highly beneficial. Okay, so that's actually really good. It's a healing and it also blesses you. We will remember that. You meet a young blonde woman lost in thought. Fingers are stained with ink as if she's just been doing a lot of writing. She has a bow slung over her shoulder. She shakes your hands, getting ink on them. I'm Rita of the Kanya clan. She smiles wearily. I'm doing research. I'm best at. I study magic items. It's actually a big help in the war. We get lots of weird magic, and I figure out what it does and how we should use it. And then write a paper and ends up on our shelves. Takes the bow off her shoulder and shows it to you. The I'm doing archery. He shows you the bow. This is called a bow of Kag. At least that's what the Empire had labeled the ones who captured from them. I've been shooting it a lot, trying to figure out how accurate it is, but it hasn't been working. You see, while I'm shooting it, I keep losing my arrows. I'm so absent-minded. Uh, what are we supposed to ask about? Okay, I guess that's everything. A rune shield. Very useful for mages, very light and unobtrusive. Pretty useful library. Ruby and Onyx Charm is very protective. Ruby for fire, Onyx for magic. Orbithornia allows for flight for long distances. Right. Taken west before we both. That's right. Okay. Real tomes, magi. So we do have magi clearance. So get inside. You find a tome on, of all things, quick file by itself on a shelf. Reading it, you learn that magical barriers are capable of holding in quick fire. Remarkably, even the lowly fire barrier can hold the flaming torrents at bay. Interesting. The shelves contain the library's exceptionally valuable tomes, kept on polished, sparsely populated shelves. Unfortunately, the tomes don't seem to contain the practical, valuable knowledge you crave. Such is the case with much of academia. There was a woman in mage's robes sitting at the table. She has short black hair and a distracted manner. Several books on the table in front of her. My name is Kelai with an I. I'm a mage of the tower. At the moment, I'm doing a little research. What else? I'm here to dig up dirt on several sorts of monsters. Forewarned is forearmed. The castle wants me to look into two sorts of monsters, mutant giant and doom gods. I don't know much about these, but I do know this. Normally, the Empire has been killing all the giants they could find. However, some other giants have been fighting with them, larger, stronger, misshapen giants. We don't know where they're from, but they're deadly. They doom gods. Or expression darkens. Legendary creatures who we're starting to think exist. They are suits of armor, almost impervious to damage. When you actually do manage to damage them, they just split into two. Of course, the rumors may just be that. Rumors. I hope so. Yeah, that would be a problem. So it's almost like you need to somehow incinerate them with like magic AoE such that they don't split into two. It's kind of like a Hydra. Maybe you need to cut off all of the heads at once. Of course, this thing only has one head, so I don't know. Instead of just damaging it, you need to one-shot it. Um, hopefully we don't run into those. That would be a problem. You have a mission for us? Interesting. Oh wow, it just keeps going. Feldspar and ivory charms, yin and yang. One makes the wheel more vulnerable, one protects. So ivory protects. Yeah. Font of Vorb devastates the user. No other effects. Okay. This is really useful, actually, to figure out what these items actually do. Oh, this is a garden. That's cool, actually. This dusty chamber contains the books that those that there wasn't any room for and were deemed non-useful. It seems a shame to treat something as real of a book in this way. You grab one of the thinner, forgotten, dusty books. It's an unfinished novel about life in exile, written on lichen paper. About a dock walker. One thing you notice, it mentions him getting rid of barrels by shoving them into big chasms. What? What is the significance of that? I mean, typically we just push them out of the way. It's not really a problem. I feel like that's important, but I just don't know the application though. Meet a heavy-set mole with an air of total self-assurance. His hands and gall were covered with the stains of actual dirt. Oh. His voice is deep and sure. My name is Cochrane. He picks up a fleck of dirt from his clothes and shows it to you. I'm the gardener here. My job of the moment. I'm an alchemist, see? So they thought I was the natural for studying and working with plants. Before this, you see, I did much research of crypt shrooms. See, there's a large patch of them between here and the Tower Magi, north of the lava field. I developed two simple recipes for unleashing the magic. If you'd like to buy them, let me know. Weak poison. Oh, strong poison, weak. I think I'm good. Yes, actual honest to goodness dirt. The Empire brought some down with them to go plants and we captured a lot of it. Real and wondrous find indeed. He removes a pouch from his pocket and scrapes dirt from his clothes into it so that none of it goes to waste. Cool. Very neat. Guess these are the crypt shrooms. Like the Bill X kind. I mean, it's a mage tower. Everything is going to be magically locked, I would assume. Actually, a bow heal. Not all of those. I don't really think. I don't think so. Magic clearance only. This is the solemn, beautiful conference room of Patrick's Tower. It is done in the Venati style, although the tiles and such do not appear to be of Venati make. The glow crystal doesn't actually glow, for example. So this is the man himself. Okay. You meet a very old, very famous man, Patrick the Archmage, master of this tower. He is currently staring down the length of this long marble table, lost in thought. When you approach, he turns and nods at you. He says simply, I am Patrick. I am pondering our brothers below. The alien brothers you yourselves introduced to us, Natai. I think about our relations with them and our experiments. Life in these caves is such a fragile thing. Nothing should be able to live down here. But we manage, because of magic. It is their magic that created the glowing fungus that gives us light and thus life. But I have spoken with this Untai Ono, and I am worried. She is the greatest mage of the Venatai. I went there myself to meet her. She showed me the deadly magic she would gladly release to protect her people. What, I ask, will happen when we compete with them for limited space and resources? Remember, she knows how to create quickfire. Yes, he thinks. Come to think of it, the Venatai will eager for your help. You might ask her about it. She may be willing to sell you the secret of its creation. We're trying to discover the secret of quickfire ourselves in a laboratory. Oh, it is well hidden. I should tell you how to reach it. Go to my office and search my desk. There's a button in one of the shelves. Press it and the way shall become clear to you. Take note of this. Okay. So, I guess no mission besides quick file. Don't know what that does. I guess we can go back there at some point and do that. Yeah. Kitchen. Meet an aging woman. Vital increase in yours. Her waist length black hair doesn't show the slightest sign of gray. As she walks, she embroiders. Yikoltzis, I am Hathwiza, lady of this towel. I assist my husband Patrick. She shows you what she is embroidering onto the cloth. Magical wound of awe-inspiring complexity, unerringly formed with gold thread. She shows it to you without comment, but with a self-satisfied smile. The poor dear walks himself too hard, but not as hard as he did before my illness. She continues, making stitches as she speaks. A deadly fever afflicted me a few years ago. I would have died, but for a band of adventurers who brought Greymold salve and healed me. I guess none of us. uh, Remarkable stuff. I heard the recipe for it is on a shelf around here somewhere. Can heal practically any disease. Brushes her hair out of her face and looks at you solemnly. I owe my life to it. Very cool. Yeah, of course, the adventurers, we know them from our previous playthrough. Very cool to see that Hathaway doing good. The recipe is on a shelf somewhere, but I haven't found it yet. The room's desk is covered not with papers, but with orbs and toadstools, bowls and powders. Sitting behind the desk is a large fable man staring at his reagents. I'm Lithgow. Welcome. And the person who coordinates what the mages do with what the castle wants them to do. That's not what I'm worrying about now. I'm worrying about a potion. Yes, I can't tell you what it is for, but I can tell you in short on ingredients. But I see you're adventurers. I can reward you well if you obtain certain substances. Yeah. Ah, your help, wonderful. The first thing I need is a Borgia toadstool. They're very rare and only exist in lower caves. Perhaps some go in the Veneta lands, it's worth a look. Interesting. I have no idea where this is. Yep. Guess we'll be looking for that. Captain, Garrison Commander of Silver. Interesting. There was a bitter-looking soldier slouching by the desk. He has a 3-day growth of stubble on his face. Looks at you blankly. I'm Captain Raven. They run the garrison here, such as it is. Chuckles. Yes, I take good care of my smattering of soldiers. We have a few troops, not many, mostly green. All the seasoned troops are at the front, where I should be. You may think I'm stupid, wanting to be at the front, where I could get chopped, instead of at my nice boring job here. But think on this. We break at the front, and we all die. The Empire will butcher us all. If I'm going to die, I want to be up there where I can help prevent it. It's that simple. Grimaces and frustration. And I guess I understand his feelings. Quite the impressive garrison that they have, y'all.
Mmm.
You meet a big, beefy man, mixing up some goop in a metal bowl. His cheeks are flushed, a ruddy glow penetrating the paleness that is the mark of all exiles. Unusually, the food he's making smells delicious. Hello, I'm Marco. I'd shake, but, well, goes through his hands. They're covered with bits of dough. I'm the chef here at Patrick's Tower, and let me tell you, it's darned difficult. I want to cook good food. It's what I take pride in. But what do I have to cook with? Mushrooms and mold, and bits of stringy lizard meat. He grins. At least that's what it was like until recently. See, it all got better when the Empire came. That's kind of fun. It's one positive aspect of the Empire, I guess, invading. They brought food with them, and we captured it. They brought dirt too, and we got some. They got actual genuine garlic cloves and fruit. We got some other sorts of animals. Want to taste? Uncle put some of the dough he's mixing in your mouth. Cookie dough, made of real flour. Most of the captured food went to Dalman, but some came here. If you want a real meal, at least, Dalman is to the west. That's where to go. You barely hear what he says. It's just too wonderful tasting real cookie dough. That would be pretty tasting good food that's not mushrooms or mold. After all those years. Really cool. Full of meditation. You search Patrick's desk for the button he told you about. You find it easily and press it. Sure enough, a section of the bookshelf slides out of your way. Okay, interesting. Most of the tomes are highly obscure and esoteric. Look at them isn't doing much good. However, one of them contains a recipe which you eagerly copy down. The recipe for Greenwald South. Awesome. There is a small woman with red hair wandering aimlessly among the tables, alabemics, and burials of the laboratory. She makes a soft humming noise as she floats around the chamber. Irritated, she pauses her humming. I am Jade. I was, before you interrupted me, performing my concentration exercises. I was trying to improve my mind dueling skills, and I'd like to resume my exercise. Besides, exasperated at your persistence. Yes, it takes a great intelligence and purity of concentration to master the mind duel. It would be easier if I had a ring of wheel, but I don't. A real magical artifact that improves one's skill in a mind duel. Only Bactress has one, and he was slain by the Rakshasa. Bactress was slain by a band of the foul illusionist tiger beast. There was a colony of them to the west, and they took his ring of wheel. It is a shame we don't have the strength to slay them, so that's that. I mean, we took out the colony, right? And we tried to grab the ring, and then we were unable to get the ring. So, like, there was a ring in that one room, but it either turned to a snake or it turned to fire. So, I don't know if we missed it. Or did we pick up a ring, maybe? It almost opened it. I don't think that we did. Yeah, I think we must have missed it. Okay. Not great. There could be another colony, I suppose. Quick file. Okay. I keep that in mind for the future, but yeah, I don't know if we just missed it or not, which would be very unfortunate. Really thought there'd be a secret passage here. Yeah, I think that's Patrick's towel for the most part. I think we've explored pretty much everything. Got a few new quests to do, but it sounds like we need to visit the town of Dolmen next, I'd say. So yeah, we'll do that in the next episode. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.